Wagwan, welcome to the first episode of Up with Dalamadon. I am Dalamadon, or you just call me Lama for short, whatever works for you. Welcome to the first episode. This is a little idea I've had for a while. Just a little something to get you through your commute to work. Just something to ease your day. A little 10-minute video, a little hodgepodge of little gaming topics, whether it be something that I saw in gaming, something that's always been on my mind. It's just a little video thing I'm trying to do every day. Okay, I'm trying to get better at public speaking, so I'm gonna utilize this tool, YouTube, as a tool to get better at public speaking and also get my shit up. Like just get some thoughts on. What kind of pushed me to finally? I've had this idea for like 3 years. Okay, I won't say I'm a procrastinator, but I will say life happens. But I won't say I'm a procrastinator, but I will say life happens. Bart, okay? Just kidding, it's not a bar. This year I was blessed enough to be able to go to DreamCon with a few friends for my buddy's bachelor party, and we happened to go inside of a YouTube room, like a YouTube content creator room, okay? And I'm in there with my buddy. There was a bunch of cool presentations, cool little panels going on, but I couldn't participate in any of it because I didn't have a wristband. Now me and my mom, but I don't think we were even supposed to be in this room, right? So we left, went to vendors, whatnot. And later on in the day, I tried to get back into the same room, and the dude at the door, he's like, "Are you a content creator?" I'm like, I have 100 subs. This man looked at me. He's like, "Yo, this room is for like, you gotta have like a minimum of 1,000 or 5,000 subs." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I guess this ain't the room for me." So I said I didn't like the feeling of being like rejected to go kind of participate in something that I feel like I could be passionate about. I just haven't had time. Because remember, not a procrastinate. Just life happened. I tried to say it was a bar, but it's not a bar. But it is what it is. But anyways, I'm here now. I just want to make these videos in the morning, just to kind of get my shit off, but also to just kind of give my perspective on some things, whether it be something about a gaming, just something in gaming, mainly gaming. Like I would say, like sometimes I might go into like pop culture or sports, but really and truly, I just feel like I have a lot of gaming thoughts that I can't really just get my shit off in group chats all the time. And I figured the internet, it's too big for me to just limit my thoughts to my friends or my hot takes. So, anywho, today's video is going to be focused more so on yesterday Xbox showcase, okay? I think I missed the first 10 minutes of it, but thank God for YouTube, you just rewind, because we were at the park. I was having an open house at the house, and my kids, I look at the clock, it's like 12:55, and we live about 5 minutes from the park. I'm like, "Yo, we gotta go." And when you tell your kids, like, with no warning that they gotta leave the park, it's never a good idea. Don't do that. Don't leave the park without warning. You're gonna have a headache. Like you're gonna be hearing just screaming, and I digress. Just don't do that to your kids. Give them like 10 minutes and help them understand time, the concept of time, because 10 minutes to them could feel like an hour and a half, right? Anywho, I digress. First standout from the showcase to me specifically was that Clockwork Revolution. I'm not gonna plug the trailer in to the video because I'm just trying to do it one take. That's what I wanted to do. One take, Drake. No, not Drake, but shout out Toronto. Just one take. The gameplay was so immersive. I'm sitting there watching the trailer. I'm like, yo, I'm just looking at all these little mechanics the studio put into the game. I'm like, what is this? Like, it was just such a great trailer, and I think that has a potential to be a 1,000-hour game. And when I say like 1,000-hour game, I mean like Skyrim. Just any game, any RPG that's so open-ended in so many different ways to play that it could take potentially 1,000 hours to complete. I mean, in my big age, it's kind of an inconvenience to have a game that long, but I'm sure people that like to revisit games, especially when games get patched, Like that's like my favorite thing to do. Like to play a game that I bought 5 years ago that that's still currently being worked on. I feel like everything nowadays is a work in progress. So it was always fun. Like for instance, Cyberpunk. I think Cyberpunk they just released it on the Switch too, which is very impressive. The clips I've seen of it, like for it to see how it runs on a Switch 2, to where when it came out it can barely run on the Xbox it came out. Like for instance, it came out. There was a special edition Xbox One that Cyberpunk came on, and it couldn't even run it. But to see how CD Projekt Red over time, like, made the game what it is today, which is a masterpiece. Like, luckily at the time when I bought it, I had I think I had a 3070 at the time, so I had really no issues running the game other than like little bugs here and there. But the game itself was flawless. But back to the initial point, it's great to see when a studio works on a game over time. So when you go back to the game, it almost feels like a new experience. So that's what I really enjoy about games that are long, because you can always go back to it and have a different perspective on the game. But also, the downside of that is that you'll go back to the game and be like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, how was I building this character? You find out the way it's building got nerfed, and it's like, ugh, kind of a headache, but I digress. It's still awesome to see that they're still putting in a lot of work for these long-looking games. All right, a big whoa, kind of what from the presentation as well. There was a game called The Beast of Reincarnation, and they hit us with the Game Freak. For those who don't know what Game Freak is, Game Freak is a studio that produced this game right here. If you don't know who that is, I don't know what to tell you. But they produced the Pokemon games from back in like the mid 90s, like Pokemon Red. But they do all the Pokemon games that are out for handheld. I'm pretty sure they produce almost every Pokemon game. I'm not sure about the ones on the DS or the Switch. The ones that came out like on GameCube, like the fighting ones. But I know their hands in Pokemon. And this trailer looked nothing like Pokemon. It had like a samurai chick, a mech, and it was like kind of violent. And it's not something that we've ever seen really with Pokemon games, because Pokemon games are for kids. And that's the only game I've seen them make. Maybe they've made other games. Like, I just don't know off the top of my head. Like, you'd have to research that. But it was pretty shocking to see. One of the games that it was like another main headliner they had, I've kind of been waiting for, because I played the first one, The Outer Worlds 2. People are, I don't know, like this $80 price thing. I want to just say, like, you don't know the struggle until you live in Canada. We've been on this $80 game shit, man. Like, now the price of a game is going to be $99.99. It's actually ridiculous to think about that. Sometimes you want to play a game. Like, imagine having a kid and they didn't have like the subscription services or like the Game Pass, and you're a parent and you want to buy your kid all these new games, but you can't because it's like $100. $100 after tax, like $115, $116 for one experience. Where I was a kid, they like for PS1 you can get a game for like $30, like no problem. Granted, with inflation, yeah, times are different, but at least the kids don't know the struggle of renting a game from Blockbuster and having 3 days to beat it, or facing the repercussions of a late fee that your parents would take away from your allowance. Like, they don't know the struggle of that. But now I see the price is getting ridiculous. But I know I said like you can't complain, but you can just get Game Pass. Game Pass is pretty affordable, I find, for the amount of quality on it. Like, there's a lot of games and a lot of different content to kind of dabble in, and it's kind of ruining the backlog epidemic. I feel like my backlog is getting ridiculous as I get older because of what Game Pass has spoiled me over the last few years. But The Outer Worlds, I digress. I'm gonna go back to The Outer Worlds. Looks amazing. I'm gonna play a lot of it. I think you should check it out. If you haven't checked out the first one, definitely try out the Spacer's Choice Edition. You can probably get it for like $20. It's a great experience. Another thing I did take away from the excuse me, coming in with the cough here. Another thing I did take away from the showcase was Final Fantasy VII Remake. Finally coming to Xbox. It's been highly anticipated for many years now. I think Square Enix is finally like, hey, let's go make, like, Sony's great, but like there's other studios too, and I kind of like that Xbox is kind of like saying, even with their content, say, hey, these games are for everyone. And kind of looking at console wars, like maybe they're accepting the defeat. People say, oh, like no one buys Xboxes, which is fine, but people will get Game Pass on their TV and connect the controller because the cloud is really good too. So it's like, I think they're just more so on the subscription service side of things and just creating as many IPs and distributing it out on everyone, which is great. Again, more controllers in hands is a win. Like, I think gaming is great. I think everyone should be able to experience gaming no matter what their financial situation is. And I love that Xbox is creating an ecosystem that is accessible for everyone. The ROG Ally, again, with their mantra of everything's an Xbox, I think is another great handheld that's coming out later this year. As a professional Steam Deck owner, and I've owned Steam Deck since day one, I haven't had the chance to experience Windows 11 on a handheld. I haven't heard the greatest of things. I've heard that Steam is very superior to SteamOS. It's very superior to Windows 11 running on these devices. But I'm sure with Microsoft having their own dedicated handheld in cahoots with like ROG and with an AMD like the Ryzen, it's probably going to be specified that you can run all your Xbox games on this handheld device natively without issue. That's important. I'm just, the price tag is going to be a little hectic. Like, I feel like it's going to be, they haven't set a price, but I'm thinking in the $1,000. I think the $1,000 price range. And when I speak about prices, more times I'm going to be speaking about CAD because I'm Canadian. So I'm just trying to be realistic with myself here. It's going to be over $1,000. Like, for instance, I think the Switch 2 just came out. Well, I think Switch 2 just came out. And I had to look up the price. So I was like, how much are these things going for? I'm not getting one. But after tax, that shit was $850. And I'm thinking, why would anyone pay $850 for this thing? Granted, like, yeah, I like Mario games too, but like, you can build like a very entry-level PC at that point for $850 without the peripherals, of course. But still, either way, like, I digress. There's cheaper handhelds. Go get a Steam Deck. I can recommend that. We've hit the threshold. I've been ranting for a little bit longer than 10 minutes as promised, but if you were here to the end of the video, let me know in the comments if you were able to ever to watch the Xbox showcase from yesterday, or if you saw anything on there, or if you plan on seeing it, or if you agree with any of my takes, or just leave a comment, just say hi, just tell me you have a great day. I want you to have a great day. But if you're here till this long, I appreciate you. Enjoy your day. I'll be back at you tomorrow morning, and God bless. Peace.